Welcome everyone to the Derpzilla channel. Today I'll be taking a look at this 2014 Chevy Impala Limited. If you're not familiar with the Limited series of Impalas, it's actually a carryover model from the 9th gen Impalas. So the body, motor, transmissions, all the same from the previous 2013 and below Impalas, even though the Limiteds ran from 2014 to 2016. I recently picked this up from Carvana for my oldest daughter and wanted to knock out some general maintenance items. For today, very simple. I'm just going to be knocking out replacing of the air intake filter, which is located in this plastic box, as well as the cabin filter located under this cowl area right here up against the windshield. So I'm going to go ahead and knock these both out. I'm going to start with the cabin filter first, then we're going to go ahead and knock out the air intake filter, and we'll wrap this one up. Here is the plastic cover that we'll remove to gain access to the cabin air filter. Need to remove two plastic clips here and here, and I'm just going to go ahead and use your basic trim removal tools such as these. I'm going to go ahead and get these clips removed. I apologize for the change in audio. My microphone came disconnected during this portion of the install, so I had to go ahead and do a little bit of voice-over work. Now that I have the clips removed, I can pull up the plastic cover here. Be careful, as there are a few clips holding the cover in place, so be sure not to break those. It's a good idea to go ahead and remove this weather stripping here. Just gives you a little bit more access to everything. And then, as you can see, underneath the cover is the windshield fluid hose, and you're just going to want to go ahead and disconnect that from that clip right here. And then you can just go ahead and move the entire cover out of the way. Underneath the cover is another plastic guard, and you can remove this by just pulling it towards yourself and disengaging those clips. And as you can see here, this is the cabin air filter. Now this one turned out to be of quite good condition, pretty much new. So it seems Carvana did their 1,000 point inspection or whatever it is. And as you can see, this looks perfect. I really don't need to replace this, but I already have the one on hand, so I'm gonna go ahead and just replace it with the new one. Here's the replacement cabin air filter, and the pull tab there, you'll want it to be forward facing and upwards, and you're just gonna go ahead and slide that filter into the crevice here. Pretty simple. Should just slide in, maybe with a little bit of effort, but there it goes. You can kind of bend it. It's a little bit flexible, and you know, that's how it should sit. We're gonna go ahead and get the little intermediate cover, snap it into place, make sure you engage those clips properly, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the top cover in afterwards. Both clips are in place. Just make sure this little lip of this piece is flush with the windshield. You don't want it to be kind of crumpled underneath it, so keep an eye on that. And then you go ahead and just snap your weather stripping trim here back into place. And that wraps up your cabin air filter. Over here at the driver's side, where I have the air intake filter box right here, and my new air filter. But after seeing the condition of the cabin air filter, I have a feeling this one will be nearly new as well. So we'll see. You have a couple clips here. Looks like 3. Pop them like that. And then the box should split apart, and just looking in there, I don't think there's another clip. Let's see here. And it should be able to smush in. You have this accordion hose right here that should let you get you some clearance. And yep, I got some clearance. And looking at that one, I mean, that one looks good too. Yeah, I mean, it looks brand. I'm actually not going to even replace that one. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to save this for, you know, I don't know how many miles down the road, maybe 10,000 miles, and then I'll replace it. There's no point in replacing this one because, yeah, it looks practically new. But if you were to replace this yourself, you're just going to kind of accordion this out. You can kind of tilt the box back, and you can actually maneuver this and fit this through the slot. If you can't fit it through there, you know, just can't make it work, you actually just get a flathead right here on this little, whatever these call these things, worm gear here. You loosen that up. You can actually then separate this box from this accordion hose, push the hose out of the way, and this whole piece will come right out of the way. You just go ahead, install your new air filter. It'll go in like so. Yep, it'll go in like this with the gasket on against the lip of this box here closer to the fender, and then you can just sandwich this box back into place. And as long as you get everything lined back up, it's nice and flush, you can go ahead and rebuckle it with these little handy clips, like so. Make sure it's nice and sealed all the way around, and you're good to go. If you do need to actually remove this piece from here, and you need to actually, you know, get this further out of the way, you can remove this MAF plug right here, which is just a little connector. Pop that out, and then you can take this whole piece out of the way. That's it. Very simple, as you can see. Cabin air filter, replace that one, even though it looked new. Did not replace the air intake filter. That was also new, but you know, it's a few more dollars in the cabin air filter. I figure I'll save that for an actual point where I need to replace it anyway. So I just left that one in place, and I have some more videos coming soon, including spark plugs. I have a radio install with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and I'll also be doing a install of a full reverse camera setup. Since my oldest daughter will be the one driving this car, I want to have a little bit more safety, so she doesn't just kind of yeet it backwards into another car. Having a backup camera hopefully will be helpful with that. So as part of my inspection when I first got this car from Carvana, is I did take a look at, you know, the engine and everything looked like it was in pretty good shape. I did see that the oil filter had been replaced. It looked new. Some of the items, as mentioned in this video, you can't really see just on a quick cursory look. That's why I wanted to go ahead and just replace them, or at least plan to. Now, you know, overall, I'm pleasantly surprised with, you know, Carvana. You know, every dealer, seller, or whatever says they have, you know, 8 trillion, 5 million point inspection. You know, can you really trust it? You know, I never like to trust that just by word or whatever. That's why I wanted to take a look at it myself. But so far, it looks like they've held up their end of the bargain. I have a few other things I need to work with on this car. I'll be doing videos on these. Hopefully I'll be putting out more videos more regularly. So make sure you hit the bell, subscribe if you want more content on the 9th Gen Impala, you know, the 2014 Impala Limited. I have some videos coming for the 84 El Camino SS, my 2000 Ford Explorer XLT, which is behind this rental car. Don't have any videos on that one. That is a rental car. My wife's Mustang is, of course, in the shop, so that's not here. And I'll have definitely more content on my 2021 Camaro ZL1. Some more content coming for, you know, garage mods, house mods, tech stuff, you know, all sorts of fun stuff. If you guys are interested in any of that kind of stuff, as I mentioned, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions for more videos you would like to see, happy to oblige. And, you know, I like to put out any kind of content. I'm very kind of all over the place. I have tons of hobbies and interests, so I try to make videos on a little bit of everything. So, you know, if you don't mind a little bit of disarray, kind of bouncing around between things, and, you know, things that I may find interesting, or maybe you find interesting, feel free to subscribe. So, as always, have a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next video.